welcome to FanTVnChill, match day 11. Man United versus Bournemouth. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. And Arsenal versus Wolves. So we'll get straight into it this week and head straight over to Villa Park. I don't know what happened at Villa Park. I don't know what happened. I was looking at my phone, I was getting happy, I was excited, and then next thing I know, 90 minutes is over, the whistle's gone, somehow Liverpool are winning 2-1. I swear to God, I wanted to break my phone. I was going to break my phone. But anyway, go on, tell us what happened, Bilal. Hold on. Yeah. That's how it goes, still number one. Go on, I did your intro for you, so do the rest.
Thank you for
I don't want to waste time, so I did your intro for you.
No, much appreciated.
Okay,
you need
cool.
Do you want to do that next week again and the week after that?
Okay.
I think
cool.
You're saving me minutes, innit? So
cool.
Thank you. So yeah, my introduction is done for me. So I guess I might just go straight into the game, but I'm bantering. I'm here again. And I will be again and again and again and again. Unfortunately, you know them ones. Top of the league and that. We gotta enjoy it. We gotta rejoice in it. Obviously, better pagans around. You know what I mean? Like this show was meant to be about each team coming, like each person coming and like sort of talking about their club. You get the vibe in it. Haters all the time. This is what I have to deal with. Haters, but God confuses hater all the time. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, like Liverpool Villa, wow. Even so, one thing I'm definitely learning now, and like say at the end of this, like, when we see like a fixture, and then you're like, yeah, that's gonna be an easy one. No. There ain't no easy game in the Prem. I think that's yeah. I know it's 11 games in at the minute. Yeah, but I didn't watch the game in it, so like my analysis is not gonna be that great because I'm basing on the highlights in a way. But I think it's like when you play in these so-called smaller clubs, like the last thing you want to do is concede early, and especially away from home, and because yes, we're always confident that we're gonna get goals, but sometimes it just makes things a little bit hard work, and then you give him an opportunity to counter. It just disrupts the flow. But yeah, start the game. It didn't look like we started too great, really. A bit shaky. I think that's kind of been impacting in the last 3 games. Old Trafford didn't start too great. Against Tottenham, we didn't start too great. A bit sloppy to start, but still credit to the team because obviously you can see we've got leaders in the team and throughout that team from the back, midfield, and they get fighting to the end until they got the result. But again, like even though apart from obviously United game is an exception, but we're still creating a lot of chances anyway. And then they got their goal. There was another one of them like VAR moments. So I can't really read too much into it. It seemed like it was a legit goal. I don't think it was outside, but by the look of things. And then yeah, fair play. Then we started playing a bit better, created a chance, and then before the end of the half, obviously Firmino scores a legit goal. This is another thing, innit? Like you're like, this VAR business, yeah. Are they? I don't know if they. I don't know, man. Like some United guy like running the show. Surely, that's for sure. Because he can't. It's happened too often.
Also, but
listen,
also,
like what the fuck? Like, bruh.
Listen,
he spent a minute to find out. Okay, how can I possibly make an offside? So what's he talking about? Like offside, like based on what? And from what? Like, you can see in it, like when I watched like some analysis and then how they were breaking it up. He must have sat there and be like, okay, no, this angle is no offside. Okay, cool. This angle is no offside. Cool. 9 out of 10, not offside. Oh, the 10th one, I can see just a little potential here. Pew, it's an offside decision. That's why, like in the Champions League, it's a bit better how, we're just kind of watching the game now, and where they have the refs have the option to go and view the action and make the decision, like instead of having someone else telling them what they think is going on, because it's a bit stupid. Yeah, I don't understand how they think they're getting offsides wrong. But surely, if you can't score by your armpit and it would be a handball, then it's irrelevant. I think you talking about fine margins. Yeah, I know. Like
it's like if me and you were standing side to side,
yeah,
and I think we said this before, and I'm using my hands to point set. You got the ball and you're running, yeah, and I'm saying play through, and I'm using my hand, and that's my hand sticking out between me and the defender. It's a difference. What you can't score with your arm, so
yeah,
but, it should be irrelevant.
Not even that. To be fair, like not even that. It's like it's just the level, like how much they had to zoom in. Like he literally went in, like okay, I'm gonna make Firmino offside today. That was his mission.
It was Firmino, wasn't it?
It's Firmino.
Yeah, Firmino.
Was it Bobby? Yeah.
Of course.
Fam, it was Bobby his teeth that threw them off.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. And that's what
they sparkly teeth.
Blinded.
Got confused.
Fair. Nah, but he's got money in there. Let him. You know what I mean? Let him be close. But yeah, man. Bullshit. VAR is just. I don't know. We're probably gonna be talking about this every week.
Listen, VAR needs to go. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, maybe just have a pause in it. I think they need to. Yeah, like.
And just
take a break,
review it and see how they can make it better. Yeah,
because he's making like say a decision like that, and then because it's still first half, isn't it? It's like beginning almost towards the end. So we get that goal. I'm pretty sure we come in and we might. I know ifs and that now, but we're probably gonna get more goals in that game because he changes so much. He changes their confidence, their team talks, their approach. Obviously, it gives us a bit more confidence again. Okay, but say we've got the whole point they brought it in so he can help with like key decisions. Imagine I'm jumping in it. Like imagine like a league decision depending on that. Something like
that is what is coming this season. I mean, for example, if Liverpool win the league this season, it's all going to be thanks to VAR. But anyway,
yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Answer. Imagine like say human error. You know, you can argue, it hurts, yeah, you get over it. But like when you got technology, when you can rewind it and go back and say, fucking hell, honestly, come on, man. VAR, get rid of it for now and then come back next season with better options. But anyway, performance-wise, we won the grace. I think by the sound of things, Villa should have deserved to get something out of the game.
No. This is the 1 week where I'll say different. You lot did. You played much better than them, and even though you got the result, you did deserve the result because you kept going. And
I didn't watch the game in it. I saw chances. Yeah. You're right. We created more chances, which we could have.
Them ones when a female makes you see in hindsight. Them ones when a female makes you not as biased as you was in previous weeks.
Is that what?
Listen, carry on. All I'm saying is, let me finish. Hold on. What are you on about? What are you on about?
Fam, you know,
hold on.
Am I hearing?
Hold on. But let me finish to what I was going to say.
Am I hearing? I was going to
say. No, I'm saying the truth. From what I've seen.
So you lot. Question. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I've seen the highlights of the game. I didn't watch the full game. Obviously not. I've seen the highlights of the game. You lot. You did pepper them. But what I would say, just like against, you're not letting me put the point together.
You know that tune. How does it go?
Let me put the point together. The point I'm making is against United, you were shaky. Tottenham, you were strong, but there was that moment where obviously if Song had scored that goal and not hit the crossbar, it might have been different. But you still won it.
What about the Leicester?
What about the Leicester game? And then obviously this week, second half. But hold on. This week, second half with the Aston Villa game. Second half, Aston Villa did have a chance where they could have gone 2-0 up, and it might have been different. So what? What are you about?
DV.
I'll give it. Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, yeah. So
what about the Leicester game?
It could have been different. So
what about the Leicester game?
Yeah. Anyway, go on. It's this game here.
It hasn't really changed.
This game here,
as usual. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, we had more chances and then we just weren't clinical. I remember Lallana should have scored. Mane had a header, blocked on the line, probably should have scored on another day. I think he hit like Tommy and right on the shoulder. Bit unlucky, but we kept grinding, we kept fighting like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I dare say that's what champions do, but we haven't won the league. So I
listen.
can't really say that. But that's what a team of leaders, I think that's definitely, we can say that. Because I can name a few in that team, and but obviously certain clubs, you know, like, when we're talking captains and leaders, that it's a bit of a good evening.
Pick the team captain. Pick the team captain. Pick the team captain.
Okay, let's do it.
Funny, you really gay.
Anyway, like I said, we got the win.
Listen, what I will
That's
say,
what
I know
matters
most weeks I am hating on Liverpool. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want them to win the league. But I will say,
this is scaring me, fam.
I will say, couple of weeks now, you have. Can I finish?
Fam.
Like,
Is that what it takes?
you are. Listen. This might be the one week I do this, so listen.
DVE, you know.
All I'm saying is, you're showing signs of being able to challenge for the title, yeah? Especially when you're feeling the pressure against City, you're showing signs of being able to grind results, which at the end of the day is a good thing. And if the team can build that mentality, you know, you might have a chance of winning the league.
It was a massive win, then, considering like what's going on, what's going to happen this week. Obviously, the next game and that, and obviously considering City came back, they won their game, and then obviously we credit Robertson. Honestly, the guy is top fullback. How is Marcelo making it into like UEFA Player of the Year, like fullback of the year? I'm baffled, innit? Like, obviously, and maybe because he's Scottish and he's not a world star, he's not a big name, he's not Brazilian, innit?
I'll tell you what, if Robertson has a good, if he has another good, well, he's already having a good season anyway. But if he listen,
because
if he
it depends
carries
on how
on,
you performed on that one season, though. Because last season, Marcelo wasn't anywhere near him. Madrid were dead. You know what I mean? So what are they justifying? There you go. And then back-to-back Champions League, innit? So, and then obviously Mane. I've said this a few times now. Like, Mane has taken over Salah at Liverpool. I think the reason for that is because I think Salah is trying to just is way too selfish, and I think if he humbled himself a little bit more, because when he came to Liverpool initially, he would have been a bit more humble than he was, and I think, and he starts to put the team first. I think goals will come naturally, because one thing about Salah, he gets into those chances, positioning, and then he can create. But I think he's just a little bit too greedy, and sometimes. But credit to Mane, man. I love the guy to bits, and I think I should probably get a shirt as well. Next few times, when you give him £100, I'm getting a Van Dijk and Mane shirt. That's confirmed. You see it. You know what I mean? Anyway, but next. On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, so Arsenal, funny, forgetting your team lost. Arsenal home to Wolves. Obviously, the fastfulness of the last game. Jack wasn't in the squad, so we had a different captain this week. Again, still
Who's the captain this time?
Still poor performance. We did actually take the lead in this game. We weren't playing well. Wolves played as if they were the home side. We played as if we were away. We scored. It was a good goal, but then after that, we keep it consistent inconsistent. We keep consistent with our poor play. We're still not taking charge of games. We're still allowing. Well, usually we're still allowing the opposition to run the game. Wolves had so much good play and so much possession, so much territory on our pitch, and that can't happen. I still think I don't know what's happening. I don't feel as if the players are either understanding the tactics given or replicate what's done in the training ground, because it's getting poor. It's really, really poor at this moment of time. Only players that I'd say are playing well at the moment is probably Aubameyang. Well, Aubameyang hasn't been playing in recent weeks have been playing okay. But the players I'd say are playing okay this season. Aubameyang, Guendouzi. Yeah, it's just a poor performance. Even like their goal, slap from Ceballos, allowing their, I don't know who it is, I think it's a winger to get behind him and cross it in. It was just poor. It was just poor around. I don't know what to say. There's nothing much I can really say in the game. On our sport, so I judge a game on our performance, and our performance was poor.
You didn't create too much.
We didn't create too much. Like I said, we played as if we was the away team, and they created so much on our pitch.
Do you reckon it's back to like lack of leaders in the team again? Because Arsenal have this pattern in it. It's been happening for years. Well, they'll have good run, and then when they hit a bad spell, they dip, and then they stay in it, and then they struggle to get out.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even know. I don't know. I just either the tactical nous of Unai Emery's being shown, or I don't know. I don't even know. Because like I said, we haven't been playing well. We haven't been playing well since towards the end of last season. So, but obviously the difference was we were getting away with games, which I've been saying in previous weeks. But other than that,
yeah. But for what he wants from the team, do you reckon he has the right players to accomplish what he wants?
What with the players that we've got, with the players that we've got in the position, in the players that we've got, of course, we have the players that I feel like I said, I predicted at the start of the season. We have the players to be fourth, but for some reason we're just not playing form. Like Wolves, for instance, they're another side that is in Europa League this season. We've been playing poorly this season. They shouldn't be running us on our own park. Crystal Palace should be running us on our own park. Sheffield United, we should be losing our away from home.
No, you're better
so
than
I'm saying,
yeah.
so to answer your question, was yes, we do have good enough players. We just don't have enough players that are playing that are in form right now.
I struggle to understand sometimes. Like, oh, come on. When you say like, oh, the manager hasn't got the player. Say unless it's like a completely very poor team, and because Arsenal aren't a poor team, so is surely as a manager you go there, you recognise their strengths and weaknesses, and if you're a good enough manager, there's enough okay players there, and then you base it on them as opposed to saying, oh, I'm gonna get rid of X man, and then create.
This is now his second season where this is his squad now, so it's not even an excuse of last season you say, well, it's not your team, but now this is his team. He stamps his authority on the team now, so it's just. Which is probably why you're getting a bit more frustration because of watching the thing where I was saying, like, obviously it was different before with the frustration that he actually won stuff with us, so certain man are going to be loyal to him and stuff. Like with Unai Emery, he hasn't won anything, so no one actually owes him anything. So
even.
Because remember that I tried to. He's been there. So he's been there 2 seasons.
No, this is second.
Yeah, this is second season, but surely he needs more time to be able to change, because obviously before he came in, obviously Wenger was there.
You have a season of transition. Yeah, this is how I see it. You have a season of transition. That's your first season of transition. And then the second, so he's had what? He had the transfer market at the start of the season. He had the transfer market at the end of the season. He had the transfer market at the end. Sorry, the start of the season. So he's
been 2 full seasons in it.
No, this is his second full season.
Yeah,
second season. He's had 1 full season. What I'm saying is he took over at the start of last season. So obviously then that's his first transfer market. Cool. Then you hit January. That's his second transfer market. Then you hit the start of the season. This start of the season. He has 3 transfer markets now, and he's brought the players that he wanted to get in. You got to remember that. Like even like in January we didn't sign anyone, we just loaned. You know what I'm saying? And even like in the start of the season, we signed the players that he wanted to sign. So he signed the players that he wanted to sign. He decided not to strengthen and to get a centre back. He decided to get all these players. So this is his team now. So it's not even an excuse that he hasn't had time.
I remember that I tried to draw that comparison with Klopp and Solskjaer, but obviously you might say Klopp and Solskjaer we can't compare because of the experience. Emery is an experienced manager, right? In that sense, so because I could see when Klopp came to when you're talking about identity, we didn't have the greatest squad or a lot of players. We had man like Skel, the team was pretty poor, yeah. But that season and definitely from the following, even not even word of it, like from the goal, you could see like this is how his team are going to shape up, and then certainly the second season, you know what the Klopp team is about, and I think you go to Arsenal again. I don't know.
Like you can get an example, like Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. So it's a prime example. He is not really brought in too much different. Like if you say from the team that I can't remember the old man Leicester was to this team now, in their starting lineup now, who's different to you man took their best centre back. They brought in. They loaned in that Tielemans, but Tielemans is in, and then they've got a centre back to replace the guy you got. Pretty much everyone else is pretty much the players that's already there, but it's just the philosophy. It's the philosophy that's changed. The style of play has changed.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Yeah, no,
so that's why I always saying before. That's why I'll be given to the end of the season. If he gets top 4, then if he doesn't get top 4, then he can't be here for me personally. But that's what I'm sticking to right now.
Because I was going to ask that question actually. I was going to say, are you still like in? But obviously you probably answered that then.
I'm only in because there's no one else that's around that's going to that I'd want in. So
okay,
yeah,
fair.
Someone's again. Obviously, yeah.
Eddie Howe?
Hell no.
No. Too inexperienced.
The reason why I wouldn't say Eddie Howe is because a man like Brendan Rodgers, you have to work your way up and you have to get. I just don't feel as if. Like Eddie Howe is doing well. He's overachieving with a Bournemouth team. So I feel like with Eddie Howe, he needs to get himself He needs to. This might sound weird now, but he needs to be at a Wolves or Leicester. Even though Leicester are doing well, like that's that next level for him. Because you got to remember, if Bournemouth start losing and suddenly go down a little bit, it'll be like, okay, cool, it's calm.
You're right.
But then if Leicester and that start losing, it'll be like, oh no, we need to be in that the 6th, 7th role. You can't be that low.
Like an Everton or something.
Yeah, like an Everton. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
No, you're
So
right.
to summarise, so just room for improvement. To improve, man, just poor. Very poor. We've got Leicester away next game, so we need to step it up.
Talking about Eddie Howe, on to you, my brother.
Alright.
I've said this before already. I said obviously I'm not disrupting your thing, but remember like after one of your first defeats, I said there's gonna be more moments like this season, and then you man were like, yeah, you know, not really. You won't really like, especially you like, nah, it's not gonna happen. But bro,
No. I didn't say it's not gonna happen.
You lose into other teams.
There's no way. There's no way. With
side.
what's been going on, I can't say.
Yeah, but come on, man. On that, I'm comparing clubs here. Innit? But anyway, sorry. Before you start telling me not to go.
Listen, really. No, don't worry. Anyway, Man United versus Bournemouth, at Bournemouth, away. We could pretty much do this analysis in 1 minute. We were fucking shit. And it's been the story of the season. Just been the story of the season. The first Bournemouth's goal, just shit defending. Just shit defending, really. I don't know.
Fuck. Shit.
It's just. I don't know what Wan-Bissaka was doing because he should have been tighter.
That was rude.
King. He should have been tighter to King. And or if not him, well, he was the closest player to him. So somebody should have taken initiative and got tighter to him. And then he turned him and he put it in the back, like he literally just turned him and left him.
That shouldn't happen.
All right.
Listen.
That can happen to any defender on a bad day. It can happen to any defender. But then from there, the response was fucking shit. It was fucking shit. There was no urgency. There was no urgency. For example, let's use the Liverpool game as an example. They were 1-0 down, but
high standards in that.
With that happening, there was urgency, and they were pressing. We should have been pressing Bournemouth. But in sitting here and saying that, maybe we still don't have the quality to be able to press Bournemouth and to be able to finish the game off. But we did have. I mean, Greenwood had a chance where he hit the post. Carl Walker in goal. Man, shaky.
Only goal on Sunday. Love that.
Right. But yeah, listen.
On Sunday.
Really and truly, so where do we go from here? We're gonna have to take this as a season of it's gonna have to be a season of change, and January transfer market is going to be important, and the summer transfer market is going to be important. Realistically, this season, I don't think, because of the business we did in the transfer market, I don't think we were set up to even finish in the top 4, let alone challenge for it. But what we need to do is finish in the top 6. And what then needs to happen is Ollie has had more than enough time to be able to get the right players in January and summer, and then next season will be, if he doesn't do it next season, then he needs to go and we need another manager.
Do you reckon they're good enough for top 6 now?
Top 6 now.
Squad.
To make top 6 now. The way we're playing and the way we are at the moment, no. We can challenge for top 6, but we're not at the moment. We don't look good enough to be able to make top 6. But it just, even games like Bournemouth, they're so fucking frustrating. Bournemouth, all Bournemouth did was just want the game more. They just wanted the game more. And we seem to have lost this desire just to want to win the game. Forget playing well, forget doing fancy tricks or anything like that. Just win the game. Just win the game. If you have to play a long ball, head it on. Fucking score a goal. Just get the ball in the back of the net, get confidence going, and get a few wins under our belt and get a run going that can get us back into the top 10 and towards the top 6. But we just don't seem to have that desire.
Yeah, but what's the missing link at the minute? Who do you sign and where do you sign at the minute if you were to bring someone in January?
Well, no, we do need more attacking options and players who can create.
That's in general. Is that a winger? Is that it's someone in the middle? Is that
no? We definitely need somebody in the middle. We definitely need we do need a winger, and we do need a striker. But I would say most important is probably get a central midfielder and another striker.
So if you decide in January,
yeah,
one player, where do you go?
If we was to sign one player, to be fair, I still think we should have signed what's his name, Bruno Fernandes. I reckon we should have signed him. Sometimes we lack a lot of composure in the centre of the pack and just being able to create. I reckon it would have been a good signing for the team.
Does that make you feel a bit congested? Because I'm thinking Pogba is back now. Well, if Pogba is back, Bruno Fernandes...
No, but if Pogba's playing, Bruno Fernandes for us, I don't think he wouldn't be playing as high as Pogba. For me,
Pogba's going to be higher than him.
Pogba needs to play higher up the pitch.
Because I thought Bruno Fernandes was like the further up.
No, I would, for if he came, I'd prefer him to play centre midfield and Pogba higher up the pitch. The thing is, Pogba has quality to do damage in the final third, but he needs to be there. He can't be playing defensive midfield. He can't be playing long balls all the time. He needs to be further up the pitch. Like
you were saying, knowing what you were talking about based on the striker situation. Obviously, you was happy with. You say you wanted to get a striker, but you was happy with the link up between Martial and.
No, definitely, I am.
You was happy with the link. So then, why would you want to get a striker?
We need more competition. We don't have enough competition in the team, and
you have faith in the Martial.
Martial, I do have faith in him. The thing about that is also we need another striker for competition. So are you saying the striker you get is as good as Martial, or is the striker you get not as good? So it just spurs him on to play well. Yeah, no. I want something like, obviously at Liverpool. Now Man is coming into his own. He's like the main striker, isn't he? And kind of Bobby.
They've always been free.
No, there's 3, but yeah, Man.
Yeah, well, if you're going to refer to Liverpool like Origi, so Origi he's not as good as them, but he can come in and do a job.
I want somebody as good as Martial who's going to be able to play. Who's going to be play as well. When I say I want.
But then if you.
No, I don't want somebody to come and take Martial's place. I just want another striker who will either play behind him or will either play slightly on. Well, in terms of formation, we normally 4-4-2 or.
Yeah, but where does that leave? Because you're not really thinking about the other team players. Then where does that leave Rashford? Where does that leave Daniel James?
Daniel James is playing on the wing. The thing about Rashford is for me, Rashford, even though he's playing, he shouldn't be playing as many games as he is. Like there should be,
Wow.
there,
That's number 10 on
there should be. No, it's not about that. It's like the thing is the things which are happening at the club now. There's so much pressure. There's so much pressure. You've seen him in weeks where, okay, you haven't watched too much of United, but there's weeks where he just looks like he's not comfortable. He just looks like.
But that was weeks when Marshall.
But the thing is, when Martial's out, then if Rashford's the one, he needs to be on it.
Do you reckon Martial has done more than Rashford, or is a better player?
No,
Because
for
you
me,
it sound like, okay, Rashford needs, to be put out of the team every now and then. Does that apply for Martial, or Martial?
no. Martial should definitely be starting. Martial is better than Rashford, and he should definitely be starting.
Then again, it goes back to what you said before. So if Martial should definitely be starting, then you can't get a striker that's comparable to him. You can't
I'm not. I want another attacking option. We need another striker.
But you said you wanted a striker that's on his level, so then to challenge him. You can't.
No, I don't. If we're playing Martial and Rashford, I don't want Rashford to be starting. I want another striker. I'm not saying you've got Mane and Salah. They're almost as good as each other.
Yeah.
Granted that Mane is having a better season, and last season I think Salah had a better season. But I want something like that. Obviously, most times you'll have Rashford and you'll have Martial starting. But like I'm saying, I don't want Rashford starting every single week.
So the striker, so in other words, I'm trying to get what you're saying. So the striker you bought is for Rashford. It's for Rashford, not for Martial.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I want somebody to play
So
with Martial.
I thought that when you were talking about striker, you were talking about someone to challenge Martial. Because what you said at the start, you said someone to challenge Martial, and now you're saying
I want somebody another striker forward to replace Rashford. But in saying that, we do if Martial is having a shit season or he's slacking, we do need another, because who else on the team is another striker?
Is Martial more consistent than Rashford? Because I don't watch them enough.
No. For me, Martial is a better finisher, and he's a better striker.
Yeah, but no, that's different, isn't it? Like ability versus.
Yeah, I just said he's a better finisher.
You're not listening to
He's got goals.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying ability and doing what he's good at.
For me, Martial is better.
No. I'm not talking ability. What in terms of does he actually do it?
Yes, he does do it. Before he got injured, and when he's just literally obviously come back.
So don't just base on this season. Let's go for like maybe the last season and the year. I'm talking.
Yeah, but the thing about Martial, he hasn't. Even when Mourinho was there, and obviously Lukaku was there, he was never played in that central position. This is his first proper season where it's been like, you're the striker, you're the main man, you're playing centre forward.
Fair.
All the other times he's always been played on the wing, and he hasn't always played I think as well as he can. But anyway, to summarise, it was just a poor performance. There was just, like I said, I don't mind if the performance is poor, but there needs to be a lack of desire, determination, or willingness. Because let's be honest, yes, we've been going through a hard time, but at the end of the day, if we wanted that game more, I know we could have come back and we could have still won it 2-1, or we could have won it even 1-0. But games like that, where we have the players and the ability to be able to do it, we're just not doing it, and it's poor, and something has to change. And again, at this moment in time, that'll go back to the manager. So Ollie has to do something about it. If the players are not able to perform and just grind out a result, then that goes back to Ollie. Either he needs to change the tactics, or either he's not picking the right team to start, or he needs to do something just to get the players to think, you know what, even if we play shit, we're going to grind a result. But yeah, on to next week. Any special mentions this week?
The only one that would probably be it's not a special mention, but it's obviously Andre Gomez's injury.
That speedy recovery for sure.
Speedy recovery from that, obviously. And that's really it. No one really that stood out.
Maybe Leicester. What did Leicester do? They beat
2-0
against who?
Crystal Palace.
I guess, yeah. But that's not really a special mention. Yeah.
But yeah, until next week, obviously, Pagans over here sit top of the league. I can't deny them that. I can't deny them that. But I will say, I've been saying it for a long time. They're only 2 games away from being second place. 2 games.
To what team? Say on camera.
2 games.
To what team?
2 games.
To what team? Say
But
on camera.
anyway, until next week, yeah, subscribe, like, and follow.